So recently I subscribed to MetaQuest Plus, and it's basically like Game Pass for your quests, and I went through one day and kind of downloaded every game that comes with a subscription because it's just, why not? It has a decent selection of games like Budget Cuts and Red Matter, and it actually circulates every month so you get something different. But one particularly caught my eye that comes with it throughout the year, and it's Onward. Now, Onward has been around for many years, and I actually used to have it on an old Meta account, but I lost that account and couldn't get it back, so I haven't really touched the game in probably well over 3 years. Now, I've had a lot of you guys actually recommend me this game on stream and in my comments of videos because I play stuff like Contractors, Pavlov, which I actually haven't touched in a long time because I've kind of been bored of them, but you guys have recommended me this game many a times. When I seen that it was on Quest Plus, I finally kind of had a reason to actually play it. So I went into it extremely open-minded because honestly, I knew the game was kind of old. I had played it before and I knew it was pretty decent, but I was expecting it to kind of be trash. I mean, like, I went into it, I got it for free basically because I got it with a subscription, and I kind of expected it to be trash. I mean, it's old as hell. And to my surprise, actually, it was one of the funnest experiences I've had streaming in VR to date. I played this game over multiple streams, so I know you're going to see me changing clothes in the background all the time, constantly. You're going to see me looking different in some clips than others, but I just didn't really play it for that long consecutively. It does get boring, I warn you, but I did start off doing the co-op missions. I don't recommend you start off with this. I recommend you jump up to the multiplayer immediately, but I'm going to explain you my experience, so just take this with a grain of salt, and trust me, I'm not going to talk bad about the game other than this. It's you and a team of others versus AI, and even just you versus AI if you want it to be. It's fun, but it was really boring really fast. The AI really isn't that intelligent. The maps didn't feel that fun to play. It's not a game like Tactical Assault where you're kind of clearing each building and they're set up very nicely and they kind of run around and fight you. It's more of like, okay, you're walking around and people are walking around the map. You shoot one and then they all just dump towards you. I mean, it's not very fun. There's not a lot of enemies on the map. You kind of have to go searching around for them, and a lot of the times it's like, oh, you can't even find them or they're in a really stupid spot. It's just because it's old, and it's okay, but it's just not very fun. The mechanics are really simple too, and the game by itself is very simplistic. Not to say it wasn't a decent time, but if I would have paid the full price for the game again, I would have been pretty damn upset at how boring that, because I remember that's all I used to play back in the day when I first got the game. Now, what drew me to playing it again after having this experience was the PvP modes, the multiplayer. And the multiplayer was a completely different story for me. When you first load into a pre-game lobby, you're at a table where you can pick your team, whether you pick the Volk or you pick the, like, I call them American helmets, but I don't remember what they're called, Milsim or whatever. And you get a whiteboard you can draw on with your team to discuss plans and stuff. I never really used it for that.
It was a 1v1. No one else readied up.
You're gonna circle back.
Hold on, everyone can hear the plan.
I would try to.
And then we're gonna fly out. We're gonna fly out of the bottom of B. We'll be at the top of this little whatever circle. We're gonna shoot all around.
But what makes this the best experience is you get an open lobby chat room where pretty much players from both teams can hear each other, argue, scream, and joke around. I will say this a million times in these videos, I don't know why all games don't have this. Talking to other people in any circumstances makes for some pretty funny moments, and when it's a game like this, it makes it even better because you get people raging.
In the land is its dawn.
Pushing down stairwell to parking garage.
Pete again, oh Papa, I'll put you on a t-shirt. Just like that. Man, that was awkward. Who did I cook on the gas station, son?
Go yourself.
Shoot my first kill. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 kills. The you mean I'm your first kill?
Hot damn.
Yeah.
I'm more critical than COVID, baby.
It's a pretty damn good gold mine for content, and I don't know why more games aren't like this, where you can really have a funny experience, even though it's such a serious game. Trading with someone in the game and immediately having to sit at a table with them and discuss the shit right next to each other is just funny and always will be funny. It got me so many clips that I'm literally just stuffing them in here between each point I make of the video, pretty much.
3, 2, 1.
This is the future of the United States Marine Corps.
Another thing I never hear mentioned about this game when I watch videos about it myself is how the combat just works. I find myself hitting way more shots in this game compared to something like Pavlov or Contractors, where I feel like I die to so much bullshit. Sometimes someone will just slide across a corner and just on you and fry you before you can even react. In something like Contractors, or they'll get a lucky shot from like 1,000 miles away and my gun will somehow miss them even though I had it on target. In Pavlov, it feels so unsatisfying because I feel like I hit them first but somehow they still kill me. This game just feels like it takes all of that away. It's very simple. The guns don't feel realistic per se. They don't feel revolutionary, but I'll tell you what they do. He's a doo-doo. They work. Nothing about them is clunky. Nothing about them is goofy. They don't feel odd. They don't feel weird. They don't have any weight to them. They feel very simple. They feel quick to aim and shoot, reload. They're very basic guns, but they all work. Do they all feel the same? Yes. Do they all reload the same? Pretty much. But they work, most important. Now, if you turn on virtual stock in this game, which I always usually do turn on in these games because it just makes it easier to hit long-range shots, it's horrible. I've never had such a horrible experience.
Neighborhood out. I don't like that much. How are you going to have me a virtual stock and not be able to move for the recoil?
It's actually one of the worst virtual stocks I've ever seen. It literally will glitch up into your face constantly. I was just doing co-op raids with it, and it was literally like flickering in front of my face, my gun was. But they're really simple, and they're really easy. As long as you just keep it normal. As long as you don't turn on the virtual stock, they're pretty amazing. Pavlov may have amazing physics for recoil on different guns, and may have pretty decent feeling weight compared to all the guns. Contractors may have a wide selection of weapon mods and weapons in general. They also might have the exact same things I just said about Pavlov, where they have decent recoil, decent reload animations, everything. But Onward just used simplicity, and it wins. And I know this game is older than I believe both of those games, but it's just more satisfying and fun to use compared to the feeling of the other games. I never feel like I got cheated out of a kill, or I never feel like something was unfair. I always feel like, oh, I lost that gunfight. That's pretty much it. I don't even know if this game gets updates at all, but I would like to see one thing from this game, and I would probably say graphical enhancements would be the biggest thing. I kind of like the FPS. It's a constant like 90 in this game compared to something like Pavlov that's constantly jumping up and down between 90 and 20. And Pavlov can really feel like trash due to that. I actually tried to play some Pavlov after playing Onward, and I literally just did not want to because of how rough it was. I feel like some better graphics on Onward would really do it some justice, because some maps can kind of look crummy at times, and some of the areas just look a little rough. But I don't want it to affect the performance as much as I just want some little fixes with the polygons. Some edges look a little rough. Some stuff just doesn't look as good. But again, I would rather it look like that and run so smoothly than I would be it run like Pavlov and look like Pavlov. Another thing I feel like they should add or could add, and I don't know if it's even in the game at this point, I have no idea, I couldn't find anything about it myself, but it would be mod support. I feel like it would be a greatly appreciated thing, because that's pretty much what saves VR games. I feel like these companies are so stretched for trying to make the games that they don't really have time to add on stuff constantly, and mods always help with that. It allows other people from other third-party sources to make stuff for the game and keep it alive, just like Pavlov had. Maybe not as many mods as Contractors has, but it would be nice to see some. Guns already have plenty of customization, vehicles aren't really needed on these maps, and honestly, I think that's really it. I feel like the only thing I would like to see that doesn't require any change whatsoever is just some more players on. Onward was a really amazing experience, and I feel like for $8 a month to get Quest Plus, you could really try it out for yourself at least and just get 1 month. It's kind of a steal, honestly. There's also other games on Quest Plus, and I'm not doing like an ad or a plug for it, but I'm just letting you know. This game is worth it alone to get Quest Plus, let alone you get things like Budget Cuts, which I've heard is really, really fun, and Red Matter, apparently one of the best story games you'll find on the VR. There's also a lot of just fun stuff like Fruit Ninja and stuff like that you can play. There's a snowboarding game I've been playing a lot. It's actually a blast. And I just want to let you know that it's worth it. That's basically what I'm saying. I feel like this video shouldn't even be about Onward as much as it should be just about Quest Plus, but I'll probably make another video later on about that if you guys want to. And if you guys want to see videos about Budget Cuts or Red Matter, either or, I would make them. I will make them if you suggest them. All I need is to see that it's the right thing to do. Anyways, guys, that's really all I had to say about the game. It's been a wonderful experience, and I hope to see you guys on there. I do play usually in the evening, so if you want to see me on there and maybe get some funny moments, interact with me, whatever, you can always join. I don't know if you'll be able to find me, but I'm always willing to cut up. Just don't be weird. That's all I ask. Anyways, that's all. I love you guys, and that's it. Bye.
Ready.
Don't even try shooting him. Don't even try shooting him. I'll pop you in the
Sorry, I got a little nervous. That just doesn't usually happen.
Shoot.
That's fucking horrific.